And now I think we're going to be leaving the area. We need to speak to Graven Ashe. And to be perfectly honest, Tiberius does not support this plan to blight the land and all that. It's a little bit too extreme for him to really give any support to. So we don't give any support to it, honestly. Mainly down to, as I said, how extreme it is. Let's get our asses up on this cliff. We're to there now. Now, let's see. Iron Hearth. A 4-day journey. We need to get Ashe's approval for this whole thing. And then I need to start looking for the engravings. Search for how to unlock that spire. Because Tiberius has made it an objective to gain control of all 5 spires. So he can basically say to anyone who wants to get rid of him that he is an Archon of Spires. And they should respect him, that kind of thing.
Sorry, I can't.
Regardless of how Archon-like or otherwise he actually is. In any case, we need to talk to Graven Ashe about this whole mess with destroying the land. I'm still figuring out what they mean. We've had this conversation before. Yeah, I've made contact with your friends. Yes, they have a plan to use Cairn's essence to blight the region, but they want your go-ahead. I was worried he was the sort to abuse the significant position I gave him, so it's pleasing to see him show due deference. I must ask, Quakebringer, let's imagine this were your decision. Would you approve? Let's see. Actually, he wouldn't. It would be in his mind because it makes... Let's see. What would Tiberius say? It's either one of two things. Meddling with an edict could be seen as an insult to Kairos and those who respect the law, or the edict, or if the ritual doesn't cause the promised devastation, will have made life easier for the enemy. I think Tiberius would... Tiberius is a servant of the court, first and foremost, so he would see it from the perspective of the Fatebinders, who are required to enforce the laws of Kairos. And as far as as he's concerned, letting someone meddle with an edict could cause problems. So I would not advise it. The Earthshakers can't fully be trusted, and meddling with an edict could be seen as an insult to Kairos and those of us that respect the law. Point taken, good Fatebinder. You are wise to be cautious of fair-weather allies, and you are right. I suppose my actions could be misconstrued as opposed to the Overlord. And we also run the risk of, of course, finding a way to slay Cairn, resolving the edict in a less violent fashion. It happens, and if it happens, we've lost the opportunity to strike a killing blow. So I have to seize the initiative and take the risk. Thank you. The time will come when I need to trust you with greater responsibilities, and it is good to have your insight as to how you think. Well, we're not going to argue with the matter, because this is an operation under the command of the disfavored. It's their military and their strategy, and Graven Ashe is their leader, so it's his right to make that decision. I am honored you value my opinion. You were wise to bring this to my attention. The Archons fall under Kairos' jurisdiction, and that includes what remains they leave behind. We are fortunate that Kairos wished the Archon of Stone destroyed. I believe this offers us the freedom to dispense with his corpse however we see fit. Tell my forces they have my approval to carry out the plan. I would see the voices of Nerat and his howling mob starve to the point of cannibalism if that would deplete their numbers. Okay then, goodbye. We'll be leaving now. And we have to return to Radix. Thanks for this mission. Yeah, Tiberius is not happy that we have to essentially devastate an entire region for the purpose of this. Heck, he wasn't happy when he had to proclaim the edict in the first place. Simply because he thought of it as being kind of a waste. Since it was a valuable region, farmland and stuff, and he didn't really want to have to devastate it to get rid of an Archon. But it became necessary, so he did it. And we're a little bit conflicted about whether or not this is actually necessary, but Tiberius can see Graven Ashe's point that if the voices of Nerat and the chorus were able to resolve the edict in a less violent manner, it might give them an advantage, or at least negate a potential advantage the disfavored could have against them. So we can see his point, and we are going to do as he's asked, even if we don't necessarily agree with it wholeheartedly. And now, Tiberius, tell him. That's the orders from Ashe. As you can see, the commander's raring to go. Baby brother does not understand the notion of patience. A mountain cannot be moved by force, though try as he might. But yes, I too would like to know our plans. Ashe has issued the order to extract Cairn's energy and use it to permanently destroy the land. We're to commence immediately. A brutal and effective tactic. At least it promises to dwindle the enemy through starvation. It might still be more than the course deserve, not to question the Archon's will. It strikes me as warlike, but unbecoming of the disfavored. Yes, that's a fair point. Worth considering, but we're still here to follow orders, Varric. True enough, I don't mean to cast doubt on the mission, but let this serve as a reminder that the work of perfecting our methods is never finished, even in total obedience. Good, then it is as we expected. I've seen to the initial preparations, but as I've informed Cadus, we will commence when the Tellurian alignment is ideal for inducing a peak tectonic paroxysm, and not a span sooner. Unbridled and raring to go, yes. However, there is an imperative matter remaining that we must attend to before the ritual can begin. I deployed a drove of Earthshakers to excavate the required Azure iodes from the neighboring region of the Gulf Glow. Problem is they haven't hightailed it back yet, or dispatched a missive. Well, if they were excavating Azure, then it's quite likely they ran into an issue with the Beastmen. Perceptive of you to think so. Beasts are powerful fighters, but unpredictable to our kind. One of the many reasons why Ashe doesn't let them anywhere near the Legion. I felt distant tremors from Gulfglow. I fear the tribe that first welcomed us as brethren of Cairn now wish only to bathe the land with our blood. Our primitive attunement to the Terran arcanum of this region is pitiable. They should be begging us to teach them of our ways. Yet instead they seek to lay claim to our Archon and scrabble to prevent us from utilizing the abundant Azurelith of the realm. He stomps the ground hard enough that a crevice splits between him and Cadus. One day I will crush the savages beneath the very stones they worship. And count on me to help. They share a look, and Radix falls silent. Or stoic, even. Without the Azurelith to amplify Cairn's remaining energy, transmuting it into a miasmic substance would be pointless. The area of effect would be unavailingly minimal. Lantry begins to speak hesitantly. I was going to say, we don't necessarily need the Azurelith, but I don't have 30 sages tucked into my bandolier to try my plan. So yes, we need something powerful to contain the Archon's essence, and the Azurelith is the only material we could almost probably not shatter under the stress. You have my word that I will do my best to aid the Earthshakers and retrieve the Azurelith iodes. Sir, don't be long and don't die on us. I've unlocked a set of old walls.
Will do.
Because everything in this game happens to take place near old walls, it seems. Already collected the shards. Now we need to meet with the Earthshakers. I guess I got those shards when I was busy looting everything that wasn't nailed down. So, my habit of looting absolutely bloody everything is coming in handy, shockingly enough. That's nice. Looting everything is a useful habit to have, apparently. Imagine that. Glow old walls over here. That's for a second spire in this region, which has 2 spires. I'll be making use of them both. I plan to grab both spires before we finish up here in this region. Here they are, eh? Oh no, Fatebinder. I've done my duty. You can't drag me back there. Who are you, and why do you think I would drag you somewhere? You're an officer of the court, aren't you? Look, I know I'm breaking my work order with the Earthshakers, but it's not like we made it a real legit contract or nothing. I swear it was just a handshake. You gotta believe me, please. It's not safe here. The Beastmen have gone feral. They're trying to slaughter me along with those damn Earthshakers. I don't want to die. You've got to let me flee. Well, you're safe for the time being, so tell me what happened. After the sea split, I thought I'd make a living by mapping the land. I know the area well enough now, so the Earthshakers hired me to guide them. They were looking for some kind of precious stone, but the Stone Stalkers seemed to have other plans. We got further in, they were already there, guarding the shards. One of the beasts nipped at an Earthshaker, so I fled. I've done my job, Fatebinder. Getting ripped to shreds isn't part of it. Fatebinder, Earthshaker pounds his chest once in salute, and casts a sideways glance to Lycan before speaking. Know this coward and allow me to enlighten you on our situation. I assume you've come to aid us? Well, you don't need me, Fatebinder here. You want to go at it with the Beastmen? It's your funeral. I'm out of here. He's right. We don't need him.
Will do.
And if it wasn't an actual legal contract, we're not about to get involved. Hey there. You have impeccable timings. We seem to have entangled ourselves in a rather bloody rumble with the Beastmen. Braddock feared you may have been felled by the beasts. Have you the Azure needed for the ritual? Some, but not nearly enough. We'll need several more of the purest classifications if we're to successfully amplify the phase velocity of Karen's remaining energy during the ritual. He hired a local scavenger to show us where he'd seen a high concentration of crystal iodes. He led us here. At first the Beastmen were amenable to our requests, but shortly after our excavations began, they became wroth with anger. Apparently we're stealing from their ancestors, or some such foolery. There is what appears to be a leader among them, Red Fang, but she retreated into the spire before I could bring her to reason. Now we're trapped in a vicious standoff, and I'm hesitant on how to proceed. Okay. I will try to speak to Red Fang and bring her to reason. Excellent, Fatebinder. Be quick about it if you could. I can't say that tribes have a reputation for patience, and I would like to avoid conflict if possible. Hearing this, speak with Red Fang inside the spire.
On it. Have a look here.
This on the trap.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
And I'm going to continue to look around the area for loot. Because that's my other objective here. Take everything that's not nailed down. And even a few things that are nailed down, most likely.
Might we not simply break it? You see what I see?
This'll be fun.
Okay. That was unfortunate. Wander no closer. A human. Flee now or explain presence in stone lands. Hunkers forward, muscles bunching in readiness to strike. A menacing growl rumbles low from the back of his throat. Even mention tribe's elder teeth, and beastmen will pitch human body to ground below. I mean your tribe no harm, nor have I come for any teeth. I seek only to speak with Red Fang. No. Red Fang does not wish to speak with humans. Leave now, and beastmen will let human live. Well, these are beastmen, so they probably won't respond well to traditional diplomacy. I will respond with my own brand. I am a fate binder of Tunon, not some petty teeth-stealing traveler. You will let me through, now. The beasts, and we've gained both favor and wrath with them. Interesting. The beastman slits his silvered eyes, wary. He sits back on his haunches, but his muscles jump with a mixture of excitement and fear, thrill and terror. He lolls a pale tongue out the side of his mouth, smirking. Fine, enter at own peril, human. Okay.
Got it.
First, I have something to loot. And since they're probably watching and will get pissed at me if I take their stuff, I'm not going to. And I'll figure out that bit of loot at a later date. Into the spire. Or the old walls, possibly.
This will end in laughs.
Will do.
Yes. Before I do anything else,
Have a look here.
I'm going to take a charcoal rubbing for the Aurora Spire. We don't have enough pieces to reconstruct it. But first I'm going to save the game. Then we conduct our diplomacy. With Red Fang. Who pads here? Soft, soft, slow. Who braves to approach Red Fang? Guard eyes of stone stalkers, old wall's den. Speak human. Quick, quick. Explain. Or Red Fang will rip trespasser's jaw from head. This dispute you're having with the Earthshakers. You can resolve it peacefully, or we can resolve it through bloodshed. Ironclad reeking of death